What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another daily YouTube video where we cover the market and some of our trades. But today is a slightly different video. Today we're going to be looking at the best investments and the best potential team investments which you can use in the game and also make some coins on. Let's get straight into it. But before that, you know what we start with. Join our free trading Discord now, link in the description. Click this button every single day. You entered in the giveaway to win 3 days free Patreon. Link for the Patreon is also in the description. As you guys should know, I'm a Twitch streamer. I stream twice daily from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. every single day, answering all your trading questions and giving you extra trading advice live on stream every single day. Now let's get straight into the video. Link for the Twitch is of course in the description. Here we have team 1. So we have a variety of teams here. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 teams for you today. We have crafted on stream and I brought them all to you guys here. So the point of this team, this is the 15 to 20k team. This is more so the kind of team I will be using. I probably will be using almost this exact team, as I predict most of these cards will be 1 to 2k. The only ones that could be worth a little bit more than that are probably Timber, some of it because he's fodder, Anguissa, and Havertz, because Havertz actually has a decent card even though he's in the Prem. The point of this team is simply to have a team to play the games with and minimize the amount of coins that you lose. That's it, basically. This team's not going to make you rich. This team will go down very, very fast. And honestly, a lot of these cards should be very cheap. A card I do like in this team as well, very much so for an investment, is a card like Molina. You guys know about the Hybrid Nations, Hybrid League SBCs. They often require cards from 11 different leagues and 1 nation. And of course, he is an Argentinian from the Santander. If you get him for under 1k, I really like it. Also, his card looks pretty good. 85 pace, not too bad. People do sleep on non-rares all the time. That's a great card. I'll be using him. And this, of course, is actually a team with 33k. And we even got a woman in the team as well. Even though I don't really know many of the women's cards. But she looks pretty good. Not really attack, but kind of cheap defensive. Yeah. The ones which might be expensive in this team are Anguissa and Havertz. But yeah, this is not really an investment team. This is not lose coins team. It only costs you. Okay. And you can play, I think this is a fair team. If you look at the defense, you've got 81 pace, 75 pace, 78 pace, and 85. Those two centre backs should do the job. Molina's great. Mkhitaryan is always very good. 4-star, 5-star. Anguissa looks very good this year. He might be a bit more expensive. That could be an issue because he's from Napoli too. I have no idea how expensive any of the women cards are going to be. He can't be very expensive with those stats, in my opinion. Politano is always a cheap beast. Havertz is usually relatively cheap. And Trossard too. Let's quickly take a look at what price Havertz actually started at last year. Just out of curiosity. He was obviously 84 rated, and this year he is now sat at an 82. Stats aren't too dissimilar though, although he has lost only 1 dribbling, to be honest. But yeah, he started at 3k, you can see. But that was an 84 rated card, now it's an 82. We'll see. I think you can probably get him for 1-2k on the first day. He's 4-4 as well, and honestly, highly underrated in the game. So that's the first squad, the 15 to 20k squad. Not really going to make you rich, but not going to lose your coins, which is also as important as making coins. Do not forget. Second squad here, this is another full chem team apart from Balde at left back, and this is the 50 to 60k squad. I think that's roughly what this is going to come in at the first day or two. And this is a team full of investments which I think should all do well. So this is the kind of team which you can buy on the first day or two, and I think will actually rise for a good few days. People will use these cards. You've got the likes of Ben Yedder, 4-star, 5-star. You've got Depay, 5-star skill moves. The Paul did very well at the start of the year and very well around his stats. Tchouaméni, a lot of good Real Madrid cards this year, and should be very, very affordable at the start. I can see him doing very well. Lamar can play everywhere. I loved him last year. Very, very good player. And Correa too, insane last year. And again, can play multiple positions. Can play striker, can play right mid. I think he's got somewhere else as well, maybe even centre forward. Lamar can play left mid, CM, and a few others too. But cards with additional positions have more value, simply because, well, there's no position modifiers, so you can just move them freely however you want. Onto the defense, Balde, Barcelona, non-rare, easy enough. Don't really need to say too much. Should do very well. Although he is a non-rare, maybe he'll be cheaper because of that. But 91 pace normally means price goes up. That's the year. Upamecano, again, unsure how expensive this card actually is. His price was a bit messed up last year. He had a weird price range, so it's hard to gauge. He could be 5 to 10k off the bat, but he has poor acceleration, so we'll have to wait and see. And there are a lot of centre back this year. Mukiel is now at PSG. Maybe that pushes price up, but 77 pace I think can be affordable. And then my favorite investment in the team is this Bowie guy, who you can see plays for Galatasaray and is French. Going back to what I said in the first team, with the likes of Malina, one is a fantastic investment for that League or Nations hybrid, or whichever one it is, hybrid leagues. I honestly forget which one it is. One where you need 11 leagues and 1 nation. A French player from Galatasaray. This card's gonna be fluctuating all over the place. If you can get him for under 1k, love it a lot. Honestly, if that SBC comes out and it's tradable or untradeable, and has the same requirement as it does every year, so you could just go all in on this card and watch him fluctuate to like 3-4k and take the money whenever it comes. He will fluctuate up and down. I really like that. Also 86 pace, 84 physical, pretty good for a starter card. And Lafont, you know about Lafont. Lafont's always a very solid card at the start of the year. And obviously it will be very, very cheap. The prediction for this team is 50 to 60k. I could easily see it rising to around 100k. So you could potentially double your coins here. But you don't want to hold this one for too long. People will move on from a lot of these cards. And within a couple of weeks, this price will come right down. On to the next squad. For some reason, we started making a Brazilian squad. It started with the attack. We thought these three attackers I really like as investments. We have Gabriel Jesus, Rafinha, and Martinelli. Jesus seems to do well every single year, probably the high dribbling and the fact he's a Prem striker. Martinelli has a very, very nice upgraded card this year. There are a few options, but with the Arsenal hype, with the Martinelli hype, honestly, that's a really good card. Kind of gives me old Martial vibes. I think he'll do very well. It's a card I definitely would like to use. I think picking up any of these 3 cards at the 10k range is definitely a good investment. Rafinha also looks exactly like Martinelli. Honestly, they look pretty identical cards if you look at the stats. Very, very similar. Plays very well in game every year, so I do like both of these cards. I would love to use both of these cards because they suit my playstyle very, very much. In midfield, Joel Linton, again, could be very, very cheap, and he has very well-rounded stats, so I do like that. Anderson Talisca, with the amount of Saudi teams as well, a very solid card, maybe has a bit more value this year. Bruno G, just kind of threw him in there to link to Joel Linton, kind of average card, kind of very slow. And then Alex Telles, who is now in the CSL, so maybe that helps, but there are a lot of Brazilians in that league. Not the best card there, so I'll be honest. Ibanez, everyone keeps talking about this guy non-stop. Probably going to do really well at the start and then die really fast, so yeah. We then have Bremer, a very, very decent pace, potentially the second best centre-back in Syria after Tomori, so he could do very well. Then we have Dodo with 87 pace, very poor defensive stats, but Dodo has been known to be very good for SBC solution trading over the last few years, and also for the League or Nations hybrid, or whichever one that is. So that could be another card which does well. It seems to be all the right backs in every team. Lena, Bowie, and Dodo are all good investments for this League or Nations hybrid hype. But yeah, this is a 50 to 60k team in my opinion. Neto as well and goal. Round it off. Honestly, other than the top 3, who should all be around 10k at the start, it's a very cheap team. I can't see it being over 50k. Maybe Ibanez and Bremer bump up the price. But yeah, a very, very cheap squad. And honestly, I think it's very good. I love the attack here. These two obviously help each other a lot with chemistry. But Martinelli and Rafinha are 2 cards I would love to try. And I think a lot of people will want to try Martinelli as he's got a nice boost this year. On to the next squad. We're now leveling up to the 100 to 120k team. This team is also full of investments which I think will rise. Kolo Muani. A lot of people seem to have him in their starter teams. Basically, Kolo Muani seems like he's going to be the kind of player people use because they can't simply afford Mbappe. 91 pace, 86 dribbling. Honestly, pretty good. Probably going to do very well. Felipe Anderson always does well every year. Very, very cheap option. Might not rise that much. Chiesa is an interesting one because in the Nike promo, as we know this year, cards do not go out of packs when they have special cards, if these Nike promo cards are even in packs. People might invest in him and think he's going to rise. You ride that hype. Either way, that new card, it depends on its price really. I can't see it being that cheap. If it is cheap, this card gets mudded. If it's expensive, then guess what? This card will rise. Chiesa is always very good in the game as well. Very, very good stats. And honestly, should rise in my opinion. I think my light has just gone off. Rabiot, another card people seem to like. All 3 of these midfielders are very, very good investments. I can see all of these being at least 10k very, very quickly. Especially Renato, he could be even a bit more. Like all 3 of these cards for investment, people are very, very interested in these cards, especially a card like Dybala. Nuno Mendes is a nice upgrade this year. Skriniar now plays for PSG 2 with solid pace. There's a few good centre backs at PSG, not to mention Kimpembe 2. Bremer, we already talked about Bremer. And Di Lorenzo with a huge upgrade this year, 85 rated, and honestly looking like a fantastic right back investment in Serie A, looking like the best right back in Serie A by a mile. So another fantastic investment, and big Mike in goal. Honestly, fodder. It's good for Chem, so that's why we got him. But go for any goalie really here that fits the team. But yeah, definitely like a lot of the cards in this team. 100 to 120k team in the first day or two, and honestly this team could shoot up to 200k in no time, with Chiesa going to 20k, him going to 20k, him going to like 30k, him going to 30k, him going to 20k. He could go to 10, 20k, and Bremer could honestly go to 10, and he could easily go to 30, 40k. His stats are that good. He is almost Theo Hernandez level. So I like that team a lot for investments. And now we start to get on to the crazy teams. So right here, you'll be thinking, okay, Rick, I'm not going to afford a single one of these cards. That's okay. This is simply one of the best squads we can figure out that you can make have the best investments in the game for only gold cards. We don't have the icons or the heroes yet in the database. I'm just doing gold squads because that's just what I want to do for now. This team is incredible. For starters, it has a ton of players I love as investments. Mbappe, obviously Mbappe will go to the moon. He will be the best card in the game. There's no questions about that. Vinny with a huge upgrade. Usman, decent upgrade. Stats kind of the same as always, but he is now at PSG. That actually helps a lot in my opinion. And he's obviously 5'5". KDB rises every year. Valverde is looking at the best goal centre mid on the game by a mile. Even better than KDB in my opinion. And then Jude, and he plays for Real Madrid, honestly has insane real life hype. His card is not the best, but the IRL hype will create more of a rise. But the no-brainer centre backs here, Eder Militao, VVD, the best gold investments for sure. VVD is of course the best one, and Mendy seems to rise every single year. And there's a lot of good Madrid cards this year, so I can see him doing well, alongside my favourite investment, Walker. With the lack of competition, although we did see a few women who are good right backs too, maybe that is going to hurt a little bit. And then Allison is just in there for Chem for VVD. But if we're using Allison for VVD Chem, then I'm sure other people will too. So this team, honestly, this price could be anything crazy, but yeah, this is more so just to show you a crazy gold team you could make. And then here is the same team without Chem. If Chem didn't matter, what I think are the best investments per position. Honestly, I think there's only one change, and I think it's Usman just swapped for Haaland. Sorry. Not too much difference there, but yeah. I can see every single one of these cards rise, and these are the elite cards in the game, which are going to have a ton of demand. Yeah, honestly, the most obvious thing you can do here is go for the higher rated cards. The higher the rating, the less the supply, and the demand will just increase over time as people level up the teams. Best investment, then next best investment, probably then these two. KDB, I love VVD, love Walker, love Militao. Honestly, I just love everyone in the team, and we got Courtois and goal as well to change all the Real Madrid links. Honestly, I just love this team from top to bottom. This is the expensive meta investment without chemistry. That one was the expensive meta team. And now, just because everyone's going to be building Saudi teams, here are the best Saudi players I think you can invest in too. I think Saudi teams will definitely be popular at the start, especially due to the amount of good Saudi players we have now. Like if you look at this team, actually a crazy collection. You have Ronaldo, Mane, Benzema, St. Max, Kessie, Neymar, Mahrez, Koulibaly, Ibanez, El Yamek, and Bonu. Just look at these two centre backs. You can run two centre backs with 85 and 86 pace in the Saudi league, which is insane. There's no other way to put it. It's just insane. That is very, very good centre backs to start the game. Honestly, they probably won't even be that expensive, but they won't be after a while. You can see he's a very good starter player. St. Max always hits 30k. Maybe he won't this year, but who knows? And then we have Benz, who honestly the card is solid. Mane, fantastic looking card. Mahrez always there and thereabouts. Could be around fodder, but he has got 5-star skills. Koulibaly solid too. And then Mr. Sui himself, CR7. People don't like CR7 as an investment this year, but I think he will do well because I think the sheer amount of Saudi teams people are going to build, and like, why would you not just throw CR7 in? How many people can't afford CR7? How many casuals will just want CR7 just to say, hey, I've got CR7 already, you know? Even though it doesn't really mean as much because it's 86. Who knows? Maybe he plays above his stats. Maybe the meta is cards which can jump and head the ball. And suddenly Ronaldo's value goes to the moon. So that's what we don't know about the meta. Me personally, I wouldn't invest in many of these cards though. Maybe early on Neymar. I wouldn't invest in the centre backs. Yeah, this is more so just the best Saudi team for you guys to look at. Obviously, it's impossible to get on Chem because you got Neymar in here. Mahrez for some reason is at Man City. If you can get another CM, maybe change it to Fofana. I'll put Neymar here. That would probably be the best Saudi team you can get, I would imagine right now. But yeah. It just goes to show you the level of good Saudi players we have. Now we're going into territory which is new for us and I don't really know much about. So I'm learning with you guys, and it's the best woman in the game. So what we tried to do is we just tried to cook up a good women's team, which we think could be around 100k. and could have some good investments. But honestly, the sheer amount of good women's cards we were looking at was insane. Like Ashley Lawrence here looks crazy. Plays for PSG as well, so that could hurt Hakimi's rise. Got another PSG left back who looks really good. Leah Williamson looking pretty solid. Nathalie Bjorn, Mary Earps, Lauren James, I think has 5-star skills. This is the Arsenal woman we were looking at the other day. I think we were trying to get some good chem, but we couldn't actually get too much. Chloe Kelly with some nice pace, and Lauren Hemp. Honestly, not too much to say on the women's cards. I really don't know how they're going to be priced, or what the supply is going to be like, or how good they're just going to be in game. Which is the same truth for the men's. Honestly, I don't know enough about these cards. I can't even tell you the skill move of almost any of these cards. So, someone who plays the game a lot, and knows a lot about FIFA and Ultimate Team, doesn't know it. The casuals aren't either, so they probably aren't going to use them as much at the start. But as people learn and more interest comes to the game, they will definitely start to rise too. And on to the final squad. This is just the woman god squad of no chem. We don't care about chem. Just to show you how good some of these cards actually are. We've got Sam Kerr here, 85 pace, I think that's 88 shooting. We've got Sophia Smith, who looks crazy, 93 pace, 88 dribbling. Hansen, 89, 86. This is a crazy card. This is almost an icon level card. I've got Rayton, who plays for Chelsea, 80 pace, like 86, 86. A lot of these cards are a lot better than some of the men's cards. Alex Morgan, of course, one of the GOATs, 83 and 89. And 88 dribbling. Patella's 5-star, 5-star beast. This card's incredible. Probably the card everyone wants to try. We've got Debinia, I think she has 5-star skills, 91 dribbling. Then we've got the two PSG left backs and right backs, both with 89 pace, which is very high at the start of the game. And then we've got Bon Mati, who's another centre mid. I can't remember what she has. She has something good on her. Definitely look good. Again, I have absolutely no idea how any of these prices are going to be on the game for the woman. I can't even guess because we have no fast pricing. Something to be aware of though, guys. I talked about this on stream. Last year, 2 years ago, we had a PlayStation market and an Xbox market. Last year, we went from a PlayStation and Xbox market into a combined market with the same amount of cards. So guess what? We went from a lower supply on one market as they are, on each market as they're separate, the same supply on combined market. So demand went up, right? And the supply remained the same. We've basically gone from here to here. Now this year, we are still on the combined market, but we have double the cards. So it's kind of almost going to balance itself back out to how it was too. We have double the amount of usable cards. We might not see as crazy a rise as we're used to seeing on these kind of cards because of the sheer amount of women's cards, and it's going to deflect some attention because there's so many more cards in the game. You must be aware of that. Also, as I keep saying, people don't know half the women's cards. They don't know the stats, they don't know the skill moves, they don't know who's meta, they don't know if they will be good or bad. What I advise going for the men's cards first because everyone's going to know them. Everyone's going to be like, okay, I watched the men's game, I'm going to use Martinelli, I'm going to use Rafinha. And then soon the pros will start using probably some of these cards, and then you need to find out who they are. And also a little side note as well, I kept talking about how much I love Hakimi as an investment the other day. Maybe I don't like him as much anymore because of a card like Ashley Lawrence. Although, I should point out, someone did mention this on stream, she actually plays for Chelsea now. That could actually hurt Kyle Walker because that's a usable right back in the Prem. Kyle Walker is just elite. So yeah, there is that. And maybe this card then actually ends up hurting Hakimi because that's a very usable... She's a right wing. Diani's right wing, sorry, so maybe not. But yeah, you get the idea, right? She could maybe hurt some Prem centre back. She could hurt some Prem, she can play right wing as well, hurt some Prem wingers because she's got some pace, right? She's a right wing, maybe she hurt Saka. What you're seeing is something we've never seen before, which is a ton of new cards which have a lot of unknowns. People don't really know how they're going to affect the market. The only thing that I can really say to you guys is more cards is always bad for us because you want more demand on a smaller basic card. Either you want to hope people don't use women's cards, or you hope that the women's cards are extremely OP and you are the ones investing in those women's cards. You make yourself a ton of points. Very simple, really. Those are all the squads. They vary in price. Some of them are good investments, some of them are just to make you not lose coins, and some of them are just to show you the elite cards in the game, which will be good longer term investments. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. Quite a long video today. There was a lot to talk about. And honestly, there's just a lot of unknowns right now. But hopefully you have an idea of what kind of squad you'd like to build. Obviously, build around your untradables. Try not to spend money on your team, ideally. But if you want to pick up some teams, go ahead and do that. But yeah, just be aware of how many women's cards there are, because that's honestly the big curveball this year. And it's going to really catch a lot of people out. A lot of people's cards aren't going to rise how they used to. And a lot of women's cards are probably going to rise very suddenly and very randomly once pros say they're very good. It happened with like Marquisio and stuff last year. Yeah, just to wrap it up, guys, as I said, I'm a Twitch streamer. I stream twice daily on Twitch, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Link in the description, so give that a follow. And yes, we also have a daily Patreon giveaway on our free trading Discord. Make sure you join that. Link in the description for that too. And you get free trading tips like these every single day. And if you subscribe to my Twitch channel, you get a few more tips and a whole section where you get more likely to get a response from me as I'm more active. And if you want to join the paid Patreon for 4 trading advices a day, as well as 10 plus tips and advice from other traders, feel free to join. Not to mention, we also have free giveaways on the Discord every single week, where you just have to like and retweet my tweet and follow my Twitter, and you'll be able to win up to 1 month free Patreon. That is all the details of the Patreon. If you'd like to have a read, feel free to pause the video. We have a lot of fantastic traders in the Discord and a great community, which is very active at all hours of the day. So we welcome you all if you would like to join. Yeah, other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what impact you guys think women are going to have on the game, or which kind of cards you're going to buy, what kind of team you're going to make. I know some of you guys are going to go for the most OP males team, but it is what it is. And yeah, just don't get caught out. The safe play, don't build a team, use untradables, buy like 1 or 2 discard cards, try and invest in cards which are going to be used for SBC solutions and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all in the comments. Take it easy, boys.